Before you start, it's slightly better, I guess.
Maybe, yes. So, yes, my wife is not particularly in love with me today.
And it's, I guess you're in tier 4 down there, so there's nothing open. You couldn't even go anywhere. Oh, dear. Oh, it's Necromantic Chaos. Why did I thought this was Necromantic Chaos? I don't know.
Really? I thought it was, is it Martin on...
He's Wood Elf. Yeah, he's on Wood Elf.
What?
And he's playing a Necromantic, so, which I thought was Chaos for some reason.
Well, it's the claw. They're all pretty much the same, aren't they?
Yeah, and we had a bit of inducement faffle. He had 60k in inducement and got a wizard, so that's more than the 40k. So
that's ban him forevermore. Hang him from the tallest tree.
To be fair, it's at least it's easy when you have admin streaming the games and you can just restart it straight away. Now he got a bribe instead.
Yes. He had 60, so he can only add 40. So a bribe and a path, 2 babes. Are you happy with the bribe choice?
Against Wood Elf.
Bribe choice.
I don't mind it against Wood Elf because
dancers need kicking in the face. It's the only language they understand.
And Martin does have multiple elf. You have a couple of guard elf as well. You might wanna, and a plus movement plus 80 ball carrier.
Yeah, I want to kick that too.
So that's definitely stuff you want to kick on the face. It's a very deep Wood Elf roster as well with 14. So you probably only want to kick good players.
Yeah, you can't afford to. I mean, as we saw last time, you can't afford to just try and chip any casual elf hoping to get up on the numbers, can you?
No. And I don't love the bribe, but there's nothing much like the extra. Getting an apple for Necro is not really. There you go. Yes.
No, I mean it's Igor, isn't it? And
yeah.
All he does is give you another regen shot, which is even worse than Apoth.
Mm.
I mean, I like multiple Apoths for sort of rowdy KO use and
but that's
badly hurts of key pieces, but at least regen is massively better than Apothecaries as it is. At least Igor isn't that useful.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not like the Wood Elf has packing. That's not like. That's the tree is the only Mighty Blow player. And the Necro is 14 players as well.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a huge numbers problem. Though every time I think that against elves, they delete half my team.
Yeah. You could always take the 2 babes just to not having any good players in the KO.
Yes.
That's
I don't mind 2 babes.
But I can see the appeal of.
We should start.
Okay, so but I cannot really fault him for thinking bribe and stamping on some elf and try to get up in numbers at least in a drive.
No, as you said, there are some key pieces that if it fell down somewhere near somebody, you'd want to put the boot in. And of course, he is fielding dirty players, isn't he? He has at least one, I see.
That's a dirty player wrestle. I don't think actually, which is a bit surprising.
No, that's an interesting bench, isn't it? You've got a Blodge Ghoul.
Yeah, I don't.
And presumably his principal ball handler.
Yeah.
The Blodge Sidestep Shorehand Ghoul.
But
and a block zombie.
But he got a palming tackle wolf. And another mighty blow wolf with strength 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate. I know Arrested Development hates piling on wolves, doesn't he?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, those wolves are very tasty. Yeah, I don't like wolves on the floor.
And especially
they've got the movement to get up and still be dangerous. It's just they're such a key piece to the other person to get out.
But I do wonder which order he's been taking those skills. I cannot remember if Blood Bowl 2 shows it in the right way. because it depends a little bit. It has a lot of skills. If it's far down the line, I might not mind taking it just because of, like, you can choose to use it, you don't have to use it. But I will really, that's so much stuff I rather want than a pylon.
Yes, I mean, if they are listed in the order he took them, then it looks like he took Mighty Blow followed by Piling On, followed by
I
Block,
hate
Tackle,
that, like,
and then God.
and that's, yeah, he took Mighty Blow, Piling On, Block, Tackle. Like, that's so, if the Piling On had been the last skill, I've been fine with it. But taking Mighty Blow into Pylon is so greedy. I know it's a double skill, so he's probably rolled double at 40. But I just, yeah, it's just bad. I really don't like it.
And some of it, of course, depends on how the rest of the team is developing around it.
But that's been early. Besides, if it's a second new wolf.
Yeah, exactly. If it was a brand new wolf and you had other skill pieces, then you might want to give it those kill skills to skill it up quick. But it looks like that's been the plan from the beginning of this wolf.
That's
yeah, interesting. We're seeing the elves not afraid to put the boot in.
I can see you got, but you're already one player down, and it's a regen. I really hate farming regen. It's just.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's a Mighty Blow tackle though, and elves don't like those.
But there's two more of them.
I know, but two of them is better than three of them.
No,
I
because
mean, that's maths. I may not be that good at maths, but I'm sure of that.
But he shouldn't be allowed to be blitzing with more than one anyway. But he is a bit low on guard though, so the wolves might be harder to use, I guess. So if anybody,
yeah, perhaps it was the guard that he was after as much as anything.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And the wolf are harder to use if you get rid of a couple of guards as well, because Martin actually has a couple of guards himself.
Yeah, definitely true. I mean, obviously the flesh is a guard and the other white is, but that's it. He hasn't managed to get lucky on a zombie.
And the other, yeah, Blizz is nothing. I don't know. I'm started currently to fire.
Oh, no, I'm lying. I was seeing the block on the guard on the tree as another guard. It's only one guard fleshy, isn't it?
Yeah, the other guard.
Two whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the DP zombie. I thought was the other guard, but of course I'm misreading the tree skill because I haven't zoomed out to a proper top-down like fumble view yet.
Yeah, the guard grab tree. Might have lost connection. He's still on.
Well, there's nothing happening on my client as well as yours, so it's certainly not a you issue.
Oh, we had so much trouble. Like in last game, Twitch was behaving weirdly. Yesterday in the Hellboys little tournament.
Right.
But this is fine. Yeah, I've still, even with that and guard and tackle, I still don't like the foul. But that's.
There's things to like about it. It was a 5-assist foul. That's that's an upside.
Yeah.
It was as you say, one of his key guard pieces, also a tackle mighty blow. I can see why it appealed.
But
he has got the bench, as we've discussed before.
But how long is he going to have that bench? And so you're one in three. You're 1 in 3 to get sent off, and even if you cast it, it's 50% to just go into the box and come back. But actually, talking about him getting a wizard, if it's been me playing the Necro, I've been firing that ghoul to get a wizard, the block ghoul.
Just the ordinary block one, yeah.
Yep, and if nothing else, I fired it to make Martin fire players.
Well, you can drop the block zombie, can't you?
Yeah,
one of them. I mean, you've got.
He's not even
two that I see.
Why is he? He's having Did Martin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's interesting. Martin did absolutely nothing that turn. He didn't move a single piece. The timer counted him out. And
no, it's the foul.
No,
it's the foul turn. He just didn't end the turn.
I see, and he allowed it to tick out. I thought we were looking at a disconnection.
Did he kill a zombie? Because oh yeah, sure. Did he kill it? Why is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why is there a block zombie on the pitch, off the pitch, and a skillless zombie on the pitch?
I mean, I was thinking, oh, there we are, wolves attacking trees with piling on. That's been a theme this chalice.
Yeah. No, mine in my game was not even Mighty Blow. That was even worse. This is at least a Mighty Blow piling on Wolf in a turn where he couldn't do much. And
yeah.
like this I don't mind. I don't understand why you're now going to foul it as well. That's beggar's belief, because that tree is pointless. And especially
particularly now that it's done, you can walk away from it next turn and just.
And now you're risking using your bribe on it. But why do we have a block zombie in the bench? And you're right. If you're fielding unskilled zombies, you might as well fire your block zombie and buy an unskilled one to get down in team value. I don't run with 2 ghouls because you don't really need it. The second one is just
yes, it's spare,
90k
in case you lose the first one.
Yeah, that's 90k of bloat you don't really need on a Wood Elf team. I've never seen Wyld play before, so I have no clue.
Wyld, I think that is. I think that's a young, cool spelling of wild.
Okay, and his players.
Obviously, being young and cool, I'm sure you realise that, Carl.
I'm neither young or cool. I may be young-ish,
oh, come on.
but cool is definitely not me. I might be Nordic Noir cool, but not a.
Yes, you ski, don't you?
I do.
Must be cool then.
Not really. I'm hot as hell when I'm skiing. You know, big bodies.
I've always thought of you as hardcore, but let's not go there.
We talked about it so many times before. The tree on a Wood Elf team has really one function, and
which is what it's done superbly well, which is distract people.
It is. We call it the track magnet for a reason.
Yes.
And it's in full flourish now.
Oh, it's utterly irresistible. I think he's going to foul it again. I think it's utterly irresistible hitting trees. Much as I always go into every Wood Elf game thinking, right, ignore the tree, it'll root and take care of itself. I never managed to.
Even I don't mind. Actually, occasionally I don't mind knocking the tree down. But when it's down, it needs to roll 4+, and then it gets up. Then it goes a turn before it even can do anything. Then just run away.
Yep.
Like I do that myself at times. Just knock it down to hope it doesn't get take it out of the game for the rest of the drive.
Yeah. I mean, if it can be done, but the problem is, so often you think, oh well, I'll just knock it down and everyone will run off, and you get pushes.
Yeah. Or you kill your own wolf. It happens.
I have heard that can happen. Yes. You're not making friends in North America, I would imagine, with this continued vendetta against the very legitimate first turn attack of a wolf on your tree. And after all, who can say if it was wrong?
Actually, I've also stated multiple times that stuff in that game I dislike more than hitting the tree. I don't think that was the worst thing.
No, I don't think it was the worst thing. I do think it was a mistake, but it wasn't. I can understand why he tried it. Had he chipped the tree, it would have really changed how, the offensive drive looked slightly.
But I do think it was not necessary trying. Definitely not for a red. Into a red dice.
There were ways also to set it up so it was at least 2 into 1 rather than 2 into red. But hey, we all move on. So
he didn't
it does
foul
look like
it.
he's managed to resist the foul on the tree. He has pulled almost everything off it, which is great. I think that's the right answer.
Why did you foul it the first time?
Well,
mine is tomorrow evening.
Again, if you can chip it, it's it's a big chunk of TV sat there. And as you said, it's the one mighty blow on the elf team.
But why did you foul it the first time, not the second time? It's just inconsistent. That was more the point.
Yes, I mean, particularly if you're prepared to throw the bribe at it, a foul before everyone goes. It's not the end of the world, even if it fails. I mean, if the Wood Elves score, you're not that surprised, are you? But I mean, I guess these Wood Elves taking the ball up to the half line did say, come on, we're pushing down your flank if you don't do something about it. And he decided that he needed to respond.
Oh, I need
It's not a bad defensive shape he's managed to get himself there.
No, that's the good thing about Necro is you can actually like gang foul and then get away with it because you got enough responsive pieces to get around it. Well, there's certain other teams, if you commit that much on a foul, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the reasons I know people will debate endlessly what the best fouling team is, but I've always put a shout in for Pro Elves as very good foulers.
Yeah.
They've got the ability and speed to get to the multiple foul and then to get away afterwards. And, they're the cheapest elf. Although in some ways all elves are cheap, aren't they?
And we do see it. The friends, there's a couple of different friends coaches on tabletop that run fouling fouling Purev rosters in that style.
Absolutely.
I think actually in my list, Skaven is probably the number one team because they have the speed, they have the cheap linemen and the speed to get away with it, which can be a
tiny bit less agile, of course. So if there's a scrum going on, they can't get away from it for the mass foul.
But they have
the elves. I thought it might be a feint to try and protect the two trees slightly, and sure enough, they've pulled straight back rather than trying to push down that flank. Of course, really difficult to push down a flank against two wolves. And while he's got a lot of skills on this elf team, and it's very fat, it perhaps lacks blodge sidestep a little bit. I mean, I know there is some, but perhaps not as much as you would love on an elf team this size.
Karate Skurk, who's we rooting for? With the name, I'll imagine it's Martin. But yeah, you're right, Skaven. But the thing with Skaven is, with the better with a good one-turning ability, what they can do is with the claw piece as well is like taking the battles outside of the battle and just try to maim people.
Yes, just utterly ignore your advance in a nice tight cage whilst they chip the pieces around the edges.
And then just one
claw
turn.
Them, and if that fails, foul them. And then one turn you back. Yeah.
And then drive 8 turns and do it the same again on offense when the off players are ready.
Absolutely, and if they're claw pomming and fouling, there's a good chance they can get you down to less than 11 unless you've bought a fat bench.
Yeah. It's actually, like, on paper, it's one of my favorite teams. So, if you want something else than Chaos Chop to go deep in the playoff, if you can get the right setup before starting.
The problem I have with Necro, I mean, I like them too, obviously.
Oh, it was Skaven in this case.
Skaven, right.
I think on paper, Skaven is ideally suited to win a knockout tournament like this.
Yeah. If you can go in with two nasty
killers and
very rowdy blitzers and a nice pack of gutters.
Yeah,
because
you don't even need that.
One gutter, a rookie gutter is still very useful.
Yeah, you just need 2 good gutters, the 2 killers, and a couple of 30 players, and preferably like 15 players with no skills on the rest.
The slight problem with that core is that if anything gets chipped, if you lose one of those gutters, then you've really not got the player to replace it. So that's why I thought, if you go in with a nice pack of gutters, I mean, always 2 really good ones, one quite good one,
and a couple
developing one.
Yeah, and
then
being
you
Skaven.
Try and develop the rookie ones as you go through in case you lose one of the more
exactly,
advanced
and that is how Skaven goes anyway, because you got to say Skaven circled around anyway. And Necro is, I guess Necro is the regen, they got the flexibility to play with both Bass and Elves, and the regen to stay alive.
And you should be used to losing ghouls. And as you said, they're pretty much as good as they're going to get out the box. Certainly once they're blodged, so a single skill, they're incredibly useful. And if you want to put a sure hands on it, that's fine, but it's not really necessary.
It's only...
The big problem for Necro, of course, is losing a wolf during a playoff run, or let alone a flesh golem. Those are much, much harder to replace. Wolves are replaceable, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
They skill quick, but they are expensive. And flesh golems don't skill quick and are reasonably expensive.
Yeah, it's... yeah, that's the problem. Regen needs to work in your playoff run.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good flexible roster, and you can build it in a lot of ways. That's also a thing. Like you can go the mighty blow piling on shitty, kill everybody route, and it works. Or you can go guard stand firm on a lot of pieces, and that works as well.
I think you should say what you mean a bit more about piling on wolves. I think you've not made it clear where you stand.
I don't like Evers. I dislike piling on whites almost as much because
I hate it on whites.
Because you only have those few really mobile pieces, and I think we have the both the same way. It's it's a hybrid team. You want them movable. You want to be able to flow around. You don't want to have to stand up and then, yeah.
Well, I've said before many times. I don't think the maths on piling on are that brilliant. I think they're brilliant with claw.
Yeah.
But I think without claw they get less brilliant. And with Necro, you've got so few, as we've said about this team, so few guard pieces. You've got speed, but you've only got it on the whites and the wolves and the ghouls. You know, your zombies and fleshies are going to struggle to respond to something that is, outside of where you expect it to be. For that, you need your whites and your wolves. Or ghouls, but the problem is with using the ghouls is they are incredibly fragile.
Yeah, AB7 no regen, that's why a lot of people don't even use them on defense.
Well, hence they're not on here, are they?
Which is the reason I only run one, because that's a shit ton of team value having standing in your bench.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, just in 2 naked ghouls on the bench, that's 140 TV. Add in the 3 skills they have.
It's
200,000.
That's 220.
220 TV just sat there doing sod all.
Where
add
one
in
of
a block zombie, and that's 280 TV benched.
Yeah, that block zombie must have been a mistake, right? I'm pretty sure there was an unskilled zombie on somewhere. Oh, is he thinking... Or was it pure because he thought he would get to a foul? More, so he might end up having to foul with a zombie, and that hence wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a skillless zombie on the pitch, and there's another skillless zombie knocked out.
That's 2. You shouldn't. There must be a mistake. It's not the block zombie. One of them.
And even if you're saying you're sacrificing a rookie zombie to the tree, well, a block zombie on the tree is incredibly more useful.
Yeah.
Because a blockless tree is going to be a little nervy about hitting it.
An evening, Martin. And I hope you're happy to see that the Marsims did all right yesterday. The team of Marsims. Is he going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going for the surf, isn't he? No, he's not. He's restricting himself. I thought we were seeing Yeah. And I guess if you have... I was about to say, if you are running... if you're running two ghouls, I might have been tempted to use a ghoul on defense, especially against a team with only one tagging player.
Yeah, again, it's about that pace, isn't it? It's about having a sweeper. It's about not necessarily having to use your wolves if there is a ball to pick up. And just dodge pieces are always good for creating movement.
Yeah, and there's not much of threatening it, because there's only that one answer, really. Well, against, it'll be different if it was against like a dwarf team or something. Or Chove team. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But he's wild, so who's to say if it's right or wrong or whatever shit you normally say.
Yeah, he probably does tagging, doesn't he? Eats surf pods. Other things that young people do.
Hi Rascal, Happy New Year. Oh, he needs to reroll that. It's fine, he got 3 rerolls, no problem. So all good.
Yeah, my client's just breaking at the moment, so I'm a little bit reduced to watching you on Twitch.
Yeah, Martin has a problem go throwing it at the moment. I understand that go for it though. It will be a nice double screen if he could make the second.
Ah, I think I found out what the problem was. There we go. That should be a little better now.
And yeah, Martin has switched though also. The ball carrier is the 85 Libra. So even if he gets into problems, he probably scores anyway.
I don't see any realistic hope of stopping this right now. You might still be able to force it in early if you really commit to that. And certainly there aren't enough elves out to feel that chipping elves is the route forwards right now. I mean, we're still at 13 elves. Well, 12 and a tree. I don't consider trees elves, Core, because of course trees aren't going to take the ball, run 11 squares and then laugh at me. So when I count elves, I don't count trees.
That's fair. Hey Rex, I was laughing at Rex' comment about forcing it in early if you're really committed. If you're talking about marriage or... Oh, that's a nice
As I've said before, I've been married over 20 years. I'm not heterosexual or homosexual, I'm post-sexual.
So he didn't get a juicy pylon hit on that. Show hands. So I guess we get a sideline cage on the 2, and a 2+, we just get a sideline cage down by the end zone.
Yeah, we're going to see an end zone stall here, aren't we?
Yeah, that's no reason not to with that thing.
It's not been the most thrilling of drives.
It's been a Wood Elf dry ride, running around until you decide to run forward and hope you cannot get
feint up the left. A good example for any, I doubt there's anyone watching, but any newer Wood Elf coach is a great example there of using even a rooted tree as a fulcrum you can pull back behind and then move up the other side of. There's still ways of making it viable and making it useful even when it's rooted.
What are we hitting here?
I mean, of course, the standard one is to hit something onto it. But even just its presence is a marker down in the field that you can use to decide where you can and can't be attacked from as you advance.
He's been playing a bit on and off. I know why he did that, but that in that order, I rated it. The failure state is just bad for what game? And now you need...
Yeah, Rex, frankly, I'll take what I can get at this point in life. And say thank you.
I don't like this, but Martin. The thing is, with putting the assist there and putting that way, why did you need to do that block? Why not just secure the ball? So move the water and so fast, because now you suddenly need a 3+2+ to work. That was not needed at all.
Exactly. I mean, it was still reasonably safe. There was very little chance of a double, quad skull on the white for a fail at that point. But that's the point, isn't it? Is that other elf needed to come to make it even more secure with the back door fully closed.
Yeah, otherwise you just
can get wherever they want.
Yeah, you hit that. It's getting too diced if you don't get the 3+2+.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, it's a.
But it's that same white, isn't it? He doesn't like the guard tackle mighty blow white at all. Does it have an evil name or something?
Yeah,
Helmut the Angry.
And actually he made, because it actually multiple things, because it also means he had to dodge from tackle first thing, so he could have spent the reroll dodging out.
Yes, the 3+2+ was a 3+ was naked, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and he had a 2+ naked to start the whole turn. I guess if you use a reroll there, you probably don't do the blitz. I guess that's the thing. But still, sure. I don't like it. It's both of them a sidestep.
And the point with any fail during that was not only leaving the ball exposed, but leaving a lot of other elves exposed.
It can still get him out, but that's... But you don't... It's just, in this game, in this matchup, the sidestep water answer is...
Now, would you have even considered the Apothecary on a KO on your guard line elf?
Nah.
Can you? It's a shame to lose it, but it's, you know, you've still got 2 rolls to get it back. You're certain to score here, I think. I mean, it's at worst, it's going to be a 1 in 36 fail, even if you have to leap. But
yeah, it's just 2+.
And of course, at this point in the chalice, you do have to think about keeping your equity for the next game. You know, you can use a Rowdy Apothecary to win the game, but if it then means you lose one of your dancers or that lovely AG5 piece, that would not be a nice position to be in.
But his problem is,
distressingly, that's still just a 2+ to walk forwards, isn't it?
Yeah, leap, it doesn't matter. It's tackle, so he might just leave for show. For style points.
It's all the same, yes. A leap, a dodge, it's a 2+ with a reroll in hand. So
he's need to
fill. It's a 1 in 36. However he chooses to go, you needed to get, in front of it and all sorts of other places.
You need to get in front of it and fill the next 2 squares as well, before it will either be anything. Actually, all 3 squares. You need 4 players to fill all the 4 end zone squares before it even is remotely anything useful.
Yes, and that never looked particularly likely.
No.
In somewhat of an understatement.
And surely Martin, you just leaping in and scoring? And of course for style points, do the leap instead of the dodge.
Yeah, and of course not going straight forwards is definite showboating. Instant bannage as far as I'm concerned.
I don't have enough viewers to actually ban Martin. I think he's a regular viewer.
But then scoring in the corner is also showboating, isn't it? The rugby score.
Isn't the proper rugby score? Isn't it running up and jumping in the middle, so the extra point kick is easier?
Now, do you have anyone around to deal with bots?
I think today it's only me.
Or are you in fact going to buy some followers?
Fuck no, but there's 2 of them now. Whoop.
Well, there you are. We hit over 20 in spectators, and suddenly we're exciting to bots.
Fucking hell! What is going on?
It's a bot army. It's an invasion.
Okay, Rex, you getting in because I cannot be out. Actually, I could.
If you ban them all, we're going to drop to 3 spectators again. That's the problem.
That's fine.
Me, Sick, and Rex.
What the fuck is going on? I think you it is literally a bot raid. Rex, can you see if you can
someone's just woken China.
If you can ban them up?
Sorry, I shouldn't impugn one country. It could also be Russia.
Fuck no, I don't want to be famous. I think I got them all, I don't know.
Unlike just about every other streamer, Core, I think that might be true.
Oh, fuck off!
I mean, you're in it largely for the women and the beer, aren't you, rather than the fame?
Can I get the cider, please? But yeah. Yay! Rex can ban as well now. Hooray! This is ridiculous. I never tried this before.
You are under assault. Storm the ramparts.
Oh, I love it. Time down Martin for Do You Want to Be Famous? I've never seen this before either. That's bloody fucking weird.
I think what they've done at the bots is they've had a look at the streamers like Rick that get all the numbers, and they think, "Ooh, I bet Core's jealous."
So what is the turn? Oh, that's about time for the Wyld elves to get a blitz. So this is the... Okay, yeah. Guess you can hit a wolf.
Yeah, you hate that though, don't you? You just think, oh, that's my 10. That's my 10.
What is must be?
I do love when people say that on tabletop, just as you're about to roll the kickoff. They go, "Come on, 10 me, 10 me." I usually just hold up both hands and offer them a double high five. Okay, so we're going to use our blitz to backline now that we've decided he's not set up to one turn. I like that. That saves one elf from a blitz. Yeah, we're not even attacking here, are we? We're just putting way back.
No, because you're not even... If you feel that the tackle won't answer, you might do a punt on a hit on the ghoul or on the wolf to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, taking alignment. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're doing a doing a one die on a zombie and gets the POW.
I guess it means the tree is harder to attack. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's tree defense, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is, of course, you might even.
Have you got something quick enough to get around and blitz that elf?
You can, but Tuka would go for it. And I don't even mind that if it's him try to go for it.
Well, Wyld does have his 2 rerolls, so he can afford something a little chancy this turn. Is he going to try the one turn? I mean, that middle... Oh, no, it's the catcher is sidestep as well, isn't it? Of course he can't. Which is why he's set for the riot. But also for the tree hit.
Yeah. And the tree's down! The tree's down!
Tree's down and stunned.
Oh, it's not the pylon. Pooh.
Now, we're surely going to see another foul on it, though. Oh, though, are we? Because we can only get a maximum of 3 assists.
That's a good idea, Rex. He's adding like terms, like the weird way of spelling viewers and followers and famous. That's a good shout, like it. So finally I got a mod that knows how to do stuff. Are we fouling something now again? No! No!
Oh, I was going to pretend to be mildly offended you'd never asked me to mod, but as I'm incredibly lazy and technically unskilled, it would have been foolish.
I was about to do it actually funny. When I did add Rex as mod, I was...
No, as I said, I am inherently lazy. I wouldn't have done much. Whereas Rex looks diligent, and that's what you need.
You have to ask to be mod, not to ask to...
Not to be asked to be mod, yeah. Well, I didn't ask Rex, and I never would.
I was close to add you when I added him, but I thought again it was kind of pointless.
I'm not big on thankless tasks. You know, I'd have done nothing. Rex, you can time me out from chat all you want, but you can't kick me out of the commentary booth. Only Core can do that. So frankly, get fucked.
And I actually time out myself. I can't be mod, but I will just send more bots. Can I time? No, you cannot time out myself.
Karate's Kirk is offering to bring more bots if you want to mod him up.
We don't need more bots. That was crazy.
Sounds like a man with the connections in the darker reaches of the web.
I literally haven't seen anything like that before. On that stupid little channel I saw. That's
well, that may have been the most exciting thing that happened in the first half. A little short on action. I mean, a classic Wood Elf drive. They're going to be thrilled right now, Martin, isn't he? That's all according to plan.
Yeah, and look at he can bench his pointless. He can bench his guard lineman and his best one turner.
He's got a badly hurt on a meaningless elf. Everything else survived. The score went in. There was no danger of the one turn back. It's all golden for the Wood Elves right now.
Yeah, and
what should the Necro be trying to do this half, do you think? I mean, do we just try and secure our score and then worry about it depending who gets the overtime ball, or are we trying to chip some elves? Is there any hope in scoring early against Woodies?
I will not recommend it. And especially not an elf team with the 85 movement. What is 85 movement 9? It's movement 9, 85 lead piece. You don't really want to give that a chance to lose you the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of the big problems with the overtime format, is it is something so tempting just to think, well, if we reach overtime, there's a 50% chance it's my ball.
Yeah. And I think Necro needs to think it. And he needs to start making damage. And he spent spry but a pointless foul on the tree. How lovely.
Yes, I think when we're talking about he needs to make some damage, I'm not sure the tree is where we see that being particularly useful or effective.
No, the tree is absolutely pointless.
And again,
and so far it is it's man enough to take them. Be enough. Plant enough.
And I must be honest, I have a if I should put money on either going to overtime on 1-1 or the elf ending up being up 2-0, I think that's a bigger chance of the elf being up in the current situation of the game. But let's see.
Yes, I mean, right now, as I said, it's all advantage Wood Elves, isn't it? They can now try and attack this ball with their full team if they choose to, knowing they've still got a bench. And as you said, two very good elves benched, so that if it does come need for a one turn or does come need for an overtime, he's got those options. But again, as the Wood Elf, you just think, let's not worry too much. Let's let them score and we'll either one turn back or force the score early or take the overtime win. Are you trying to turn them over, Core?
I'll give it a shot. I don't particularly like having to rely on the one turn. I will give it a shot and see if you create a bit of pressure. And see if you can get him in a bad situation and just take the ball. Ah, cool.
And if not, the same bad situation should hopefully force an early score, if not a turnover.
Yeah.
That's really what you want to leave them is, if I don't score, there's a good chance I lose it. And if I do score, I've given them 2, maybe 3, even 4 turns to get the win.
And I do think with the placement, the tree going in on those guards again, he doesn't have that many guards, so if you can lock a guard or two, it's not bad.
Yeah, now, the tree went straight down the nose of the dirty player zombie. Would you have taken a step to the side and tried to tie up both whites?
Yeah, personally, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And it also would give me guard on both of them, so I might even have been doing it to blitz one of them and block the other instead.
Yes, I can see that, yep.
Because, again, if you could chip one of those two, I would be really happy.
Certainly would.
Yeah,
I might even be tempted to put it in the middle of those three, and then blitz with one of the ones that was on the line of scrimmage in order to get it into the backfield and sort of vaguely pretend I'm threatening the ball.
That's a lot
Just
of
force him
options.
to tighten up a little bit.
But I guess the reason, if you put it where you put it, you probably don't blitz any of them, because and blitz something on
yeah.
Because that's the reason. If you don't block any of them, you don't really want it in between two guards and a third assist.
Yes, because then it's not. I mean, whilst we're talking about how nice it is when your tree gets attacked, you still don't want that to be from a strength 4 wolf with 3 assists.
Yeah.
That's suboptimal, let's say.
Martin is back.
Which of the many Muslims? Last I looked, there were at least 11 knocking around.
Oh, that's hilarious. It was really annoying. I had one time in one of the games I got to throw a rock against me, and not knowing from the name which player it is was a bit. Knowing that one of them was a string 4 ball water, and so it's a bit nerve-wracking looking down on your team to figure out which Marsim it was. Oh, it's not Big Marsim, so it's all right. I think
I'd love to pretend that the names on pieces mean something to me. They just don't. I suppose if I ever started streaming, I'd have to name them, as that seems the done thing. But as they come with names, it's just pointless typing and clicking. I don't need to do.
I'd do like me, ignore it, and then at one point have to make a team full of them. Because you're not really doing anything. I put my channel points. If people really want a name player, they can use channel points.
Sure.
And then I can be asked to do it.
A story that's been told is told better by Arrested Development, but has already been told on the podcast, the Fumble podcast I do. Someone had once asked, and I think they asked Arrested Development, did he think I realised, or had I deliberately, I have 2 big dwarf teams on Fumble, one in Ranked, one in Black Box, the 2 main competitive divisions. Had I deliberately named the runners on both of them the same? And Adev pointed out that I probably didn't even know what their names were, let alone that they were the same. And sure enough, to me, that's just the runner. His name has to be there, so I give him a name, but it's not something I focus on. They are pieces in a game.
Yeah. Actually, I wondered about that. Martin last turn, he failed the dodge out, but why did he? If his plan was to try to cut the team in 2, I wonder why he didn't actually dodge me, talking about players being named. The line elf, I think he should have started dodging out to get in the backfield with KFoged, the lucky charm.
Yeah.
Instead of going backwards, but I'm not sure now when it's in the proper case. Guess you get 2
hence my plan to sort of develop some of those line elves and get them into the backfield. Just force some pressure, but it's now it's. I mean, trying to chip a wolf is probably. He's left a wolf hung out to dry. That might be a nice way forwards. And sure enough, that is the wolf that gets hit.
Yeah. I was about to say I don't mind that, but I potentially mind using a reroll on it.
Yes.
It's a reroll, and you then have to roll 9, 8 for it to actually make any difference. You might freaking foul this.
I think he's going to. Well, he's still got the bench, of course. I think you're going to foul it.
Oh dear. And Dirty Plus gone. Yep. He's playing those wood elves really rowdy. I really don't like that. And it was a snake eyes. Well. Yeah, why not? Again, it works, but I really don't think it's necessary. It's not going to win you the game. The likelihood of it working is just not high enough for my...
It's about the regen on it. It's only 3 assists. There's no dirty player to carry over onto the injury after the armor break. However, there is spare elves, so I mean, perhaps at this point, a bench of 2 still.
Yeah, and probably it's still not great if he doesn't get the ball in overtime. If we get to that, the 1-turn is still better. Yeah, it can happen you're killed. It's just the odds of you actually... What was that? 2 assist fouls, so you need to roll 7, 8 without getting doubles to make it even doing something. I don't think he need that wolf. Of course it would be a swing, but he can score without having that wolf.
Yes. Yeah, and you can just push forward with your behind your golems. You've still got a wolf to do some attacking. You've still got a decent ball handler. You've got your whites to do some attacking. If you lose a wolf, it's bad, obviously.
It's just, I don't think Martin is in a situation where he needs to go for the high road.
Exactly, yeah. That's the thing to me is I didn't see a huge benefit in taking it out. Whereas getting short on this drive could be very, very difficult because there's just still too many elves around.
Because
although getting increasingly less.
And he gets to block the wolf again. Not particularly helpful. Are you blitzing the wolf, or are you first doing your 2 dice to see if it works? Look like we're going to see if we can roll a 6+. What are we blitzing now? Oh, he blitzed with that. We defending.
Yeah.
If we really wanted that wolf, why not just block it and then blitz it with the tackle as well? That will also be a nice chain pushing the wolf a bit back.
Yep.
But of course, sidestep can work. Is PC pretty quiet? I did turn him a little bit down last time because he was booming.
Speaking of which, I will be back in a couple of minutes. I just need to refresh my drink. And apologise to the wife again.
Sounds sensible. Let's see if he's going for clawing down the tree. He was a bit quiet on me, I think, though. Yeah, he's been having a big of home improvement accident this today, so he's a bit more quiet than normally. And here we go. We are hitting the tree again. And this time the tree is down and out. And it's missed next game. No track magnet. But it means that the Necro is not moving anywhere. That's those 3 guards. Like, so it's strip ball, tackle, side step, jump up. I do think he should have taken wrestle or jump up as the last skill in the war dancer, because that blood sport carrier with sure hands is a problem now. Where if you take wrestle, then if you could isolate a guard or 2, then it would be a lot harder. You rather want a 1 dice with a 4+ than a 5+. It's not been great. The random dodging has not been great, not us. It's definitely a thing. It's a lot easier. Yeah, I think you 3 dice that catch you and move over there. Ooh. That was a good time to stay up. Can he achieve a wolf tonight? I'm gonna get a free hit. Oh, nice stun though. Okay. Surely you might move something in the middle there. He do also need this one out. Oh, I think that's one too many. If we want to move to that side now, this one is completely open. Where if that line elf is just standing there, he's kind of trapped in here. Well, you're on a cooldown. Yeah, I don't think that's... I really don't like that extra movement. Line elf should have been up there. Yeah, I think just one square difference and that would have been a lot better.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
That's the best sound clip of them all. Guess he's alright with him going. Don't have the speed to really get far that way. It's not really.
I am back, baby, back. Oh, I've missed a lot of this half, haven't I? So we've advanced into a nice good position with a classic elf wall set in front of us.
Yeah, Martin
Two
had
turns to get through it.
I think Martin had a turn where he put one lineman one square back, so he could just blitz one and move over to that position. The turn before, allowing the Necro to get like full 4 squares forward. But if he just left one lineman 1 square forward, he couldn't have done it.
Right.
I think he will probably regret that, because that's...
Was the tree fouled out?
No, it was blocked out. He put the tree in contact of 2, and then he put one more assist, and the strength 4 just claw mighty blow did.
And it's a miss next game, so they'll have to play it the core style. Treeless and rowdy.
Besides in challenge, I do use the tree because apparently my trees seem always to roll double or tens, which makes the trees much better.
Nonsense. You never use trees, and I go for it too much. This is known.
To be fair, I don't mind the tree if it just always give me a double or a 10 for from plus movement. I don't like the tree because of the 4+ getting up.
Now, are we just pushing up into these elves? I think we are, aren't we? The problem with that is they've still got room to drop back and form a nice elf wall.
Yeah, he has only killed one tree.
I mean, I'm not saying I see a better plan, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is relying on either the 1 in 36 fail or perhaps on a handoff to a wolf and heading around the far edge.
Yeah, but even the golem can go, even the ghoul can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it can literally go 4 squares to the side as well. Without the handoff.
Yeah, it can.
So if you... And now does
we need an elf wall that's wide as well as deep here, don't we?
And now you've got a 3+.
But there's enough.
Handoff to that ghoul.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, getting the 8th elf back might be tricky. Okay. There should be routes through this.
And yeah, because the ghoul, you'll need an elf to make assist, and the ghoul you kind of need to block now. If you want to screen in, you need that ghoul down. Otherwise, it's just 3+.
Yeah.
And even that, then the strength 4 is almost impossible to hold in, isn't it?
Very, very difficult.
And what about... You could go the rowdy way and just try to block the Garter on the ball carrier and go for the 1 dice on the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... There is a guard cover for every square you could get to the ball from, but you can try the... You can even get a 2 dice on the white on the sideline, can't you? If you really commit to that as your best route of stopping it is to take the ball carrier down, you can get a 2 die on that white, which it looks like he is. No, he's elf walling.
I don't like that. Relying on a 3+.
Yeah, no.
That's even me. I think relying on people missing a 3+ is not ideal.
It's going to be interesting to see how he forms this defense. As you said, it's going to be tricky. There's routes around the outside of it, so...
Outside. Go round the outside. Round outside. But there's only 2 players. If you put an assist in front of the Garter, you mark the wolf, then you got 2 dice. If it goes down, it's a 2+ out, and you got 1 dice from the back square. And if that works, and it scatters out, and you can pick it up, it's almost... guaranteed win. But this is still just a 3+.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3+ options here, isn't there?
1, 2, 3.
I mean, the wolf for a start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The wolf, like you now need to. It's the.
You can do a 1 in 9 dodge. No. Obviously, because of the tackle, it's a 3+, 2+, 2+ just for the ghoul to score on its own, isn't it? Yes. Or a 3+ handoff to the wolf.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 3+ handoff to the wolf and just run around seems like the way.
I think the 3+ to the wolf. It's a 1 in.
First, your 3 dice. You've got 3 dice.
Fail to get your touchdown, which I think is the way to go. The other wolf clears that elf out the way.
Actually, no. Yeah, you're just piling on because for once you can actually use piling on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take that line elf and shatter it away with the wolf. Unfortunately, it means you can probably not make it 3 dice, but that's what it is. I'll just be Can you make it 3 dice? Without risking
Can,
blocking
but
you?
I don't. Yeah, that's the problem here. Is you might
no.
theoretically you could,
Fine.
no, you
Yeah,
can't because you can move on afterwards. Yeah, it's fine.
but then you cannot pile
Why not
on.
make it 3 dice?
Can you pile on then?
That is, yes, yes, you can. You can't pile on a both down.
No, that's okay.
Then you would block your route.
Yeah.
But you could pile on a push that still leaves a route through, assuming he sets the 3 die up right.
Yeah, some blocking from there. That's fine.
Which is another one next to the golem, and then another one 2 in front. Okay, I wouldn't have done it that way.
It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It's still the same odds. You still can't take the both down as a piling on, but a push you can.
Yeah, oh, that.
There we go.
KO? Are you piling on the KO? I think I am.
I think I probably would at this point. A KO. Oh, yeah, I don't.
It's KO. It's not going.
He's going to have two rolls to get it back for overtime.
And
with a bench of 2, actually injuring it would have, I think, been a much stronger move.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have done. I would have piled on there, even with the KO. Okay. Of course, now that elf won't come back, and I'll look like an idiot.
On 2 tries. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Here we are. Missed it.
Yeah, failed the first one. It'll definitely fail the second one.
No, that's math. Okay, so he's ooh, I don't know. Ooh, that gives options. That is terrible. If you backline with a tidal louse and a sidestepper in the middle, Martin actually bloody have a chance with his sidestepper to actually one turn. That's the only thing.
You should move these. You should move these golems one step each.
And you should not backline. You should make sure he cannot get players behind it easily. Because you need to put tackle directly behind the golems, so he cannot dodge in and fill the squares. Now you're just giving up the top.
And if you are going to backline, at the very least, separate those golems and make sure he has to fill every square around that ghoul.
Oh, that's so terrible. This is not even bad. Like,
no, this is just a standard push. It's not difficult now at all.
Martin must be laughing, and one of the golems doesn't even have guard. Actually, you should do it around the guard golem, Martin. You should switch those 2 around just to make it easier for yourself. Yep. Better.
That is better.
Not because it matters, but oh my god, he deserves it. If there's anything, he deserved that one to work when you handing it on a silver platter. He had the right pieces to make this really hard. If you separate the golems, then you put the tackle directly behind the golems.
Yeah.
And a guard piece or something as well. Something to make it hard to get in behind, so you cannot surround them. Because the thing is, with plus movement, he just needs 1 push. So you really need to be careful and make sure it's hard to get in behind.
Yes, if there is anyone in chat that doesn't understand how to do this one turn, it's ridiculously simple. You fill in the 2 spaces behind the ghoul you're not blitzing from. You blitz the ghoul from the 3rd space. Then the ghoul can't sidestep, so he gets pushed into your sidestepping 1-turner who gets the 1 space he needs. Toss him the ball, win.
I was about to say, but Martin should... But Martin got enough players, so he should actually set up to get a second hit on the ghoul if needed as well. I will blitz with this. I will blitz with somebody not being the tackle. Then I'll set up the tackle because you will easily get a hit again on the next one without doing much.
Yeah, and that pushes it off the
off
the foot shield. Of course, right. Let's see if he can improve.
Oh, you are.
I mean, this doesn't take much to now change it for the better. Surely we're not
no. Okay, you deserve to lose now.
Oh dear. Okay, that's completely terrible. That's
my
just
fucking lord!
It's just not. You may as well have not moved them.
Yeah, but it's slightly better because of the placement of the guard golem now compared to where you need to blitz from.
You've got a guard piece to put around the back, and then it's
one dice. You need
okay.
to.
You might
need to
have
dodge.
dodged the other guard as well, so you
Yeah.
might have added a 2+ to it.
Yeah. But you need 2 players around anyway, so it's not that worse.
Yeah, it does add a 2+.
Yeah,
because
but
I'd put the 2 guards in the spaces I need them, and one of them now needs a dodge.
for
So there we
fuck's
are.
sake! But that's so terrible.
It is. But still, I mean, look, Wyld has got a good run. He's taken a good team this far in the Chalice, and it's not done.
No, that's still backline. And you got a choice if you want to try to leave it or dodge it with 85. Of course, you need the pick up and the handoff. Can you pick up with Sure?
Now, would you have selected tackle there and taken it down?
Yeah.
Because if not, you're surely saying, I want to fill those other 4 squares and get a second hit. And I just don't think that's worth doing.
Not with... If he had more dodge pieces... Oh, yeah. Couldn't he have picked it up with your hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The sure hands tried to go for it. Okay, so he couldn't really...
Well, that's just moving where the 2+ is, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's fine.
But the handoff works. That should have been a 2+, but it was...
No, that's 2+.
Oh, no, it's still a 2+. Yes, because he took the tackle. Yes, of course he did, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he took the tackle.
I thought he left that ghoul up. I thought he left the ghoul up, but he didn't. So yes, he took 2+ to handoff, so now it's just 2+ with reroll to dodge off, and then 2+ to dodge through, assuming he doesn't pick a route past tackle.
3+, 2+.
3+2+.
And you cannot really leap now.
Although he's got leap. So, oh no, he's used his reroll. So yeah, it's 3+, 2+, 2+.
No, he leaps.
Okay.
Oh, dodge makes it. Go for it. I'll say I think it's wrong leaping when you've got. I think 3+. I think you do the 3+, and if you use dodge, you leap. But that's that doesn't really matter.
No. But yes, whilst I had a reroll on anything, I would have used the dodge reroll for the first square, as you said. And if it doesn't pop, you keep using it. And if it does pop, you leap. Well, there we go. I mean, a very dominant performance by Martin. I thought he coached very well.
Yep.
Other than that, maybe that little niggle on how he got through the back line at the end. But even that, it's not terrible, is it, what he chose to do? It still got him there. On some reasonably easy to achieve dice. The one turn was, I mean, I'll say nicely done, but you know, I could have done that. I could have shaved a monkey and got him to coach that. So it was very doable, and it got done, and that's all you can ask. I'm a little disappointed we didn't see more from the Necro. It's hard to know exactly what they should have tried, but I didn't feel they came with much of an idea except hitting the tree. And if that was their principal plan, was to take the tree out, I mean, it worked, and it didn't change anything, did it?
Absolutely. So, yeah, congrats to Martin. That was weird. Like, Martin in chat, you almost have the feeling that he doesn't actually know how sidestep works if there's no free spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
If you place like Necro and stuff that doesn't naturally have sidestep.
Yeah, then perhaps you're not used to facing it and facing one turners against using your sidestep, but it's it wasn't ideal. And perhaps if he looks back at this VOD, one of the things he can think about is how to set up against one turns, because he certainly had the pieces to make a one turn very hard, even with the elves only needing a single space.
Yeah,
a single push. He still had the pieces to make that very tough, and instead he made it childlike in simplicity. Is I think the phrase I'll go for.
And we got a confirmation in chat.
Oh yeah, Wyld. I'm sorry about that, Wyld. Well, hey, look, this is a fantastic learning experience. You got to the round of 16, which is, it's not easy. There's only 16 people did that this season. You built a nice team. You got the qualifying record. You played a reasonable drive aggressively on the second half. But yes, I think your one-turn defending, you could... I would say go and read all the countless things about it, but don't. It's incredibly dull. Just have a little think about it. Had the golems been one space wider apart from the sidestep, that for a start would have made it trickier. Had the spaces behind those golems then been filled with tackle pieces, and then a little bit of some pieces in behind rather than backlining, then he only had 2 leapers to get in there, except his 1 turner. He wouldn't have used that to leap. So filling those spaces around the sidestep would have got much, much trickier. So there's some great learning there. A great run. Let's hope we see you back in another chalice. And yeah, I'm sorry. I know. I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure, but I'm also talking to anyone in chat that doesn't. So it's not just to you, is it? This is out there to the world, to anyone that chooses to watch this in the coming 3 or 4 seconds before
Wyld,
someone deletes it.
If you watch the game back and if you have any questions, I'm sure PC is happy to put more words on some of the stuff. We always are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do a lot of coaching. I know Cord knows his Blood Bowl backwards. So if there's anything you want to take issue with, firstly, we're never trying to offend. We're just trying to entertain the people watching whilst also describing the game. And it's never meant personally. It's meant as just a comment on anything happening. So I say it with love. It was a great run to where you got to. And let's hope we see you back with a bit more experience of competitive overtime formats. And yeah, next time, perhaps a deeper run and maybe a chalice.